Hello, my dear friends. Today I want to talk about something different, something special, and maybe my subscribers would like my new video. Okay, let's begin. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Perhaps sleep is the only thing that no one needs to stop. Of course, everyone will think that this is stupid, but imagine if you are an unhappy person and have come to work. You took a break and fell asleep. All the bad feelings are gone. Everything falls into the black hole of sleep, and there came the sweet silence. I was flying in sweet silence, but suddenly the alarm clock woke me up. "What are you doing, man?" I asked. Steve stood and smiled. The alarm clock stopped, and Steve laid the clock on the table. "Time to work," Steve said. I looked at the clock and nodded my head in displeasure. "I am having a break right now." I got up and looked out the window. My poor eyes hurt. The full moon was a little bit attacking the night darkness. Anyway, the forest did not want to show every secret. It was still dark and unrecognizable. "You are sleeping too much," Steve said. "Every normal human needs something more." I turned back and looked at the room. Yes, big and old room. There were many chairs and tables. Also, there was some medical equipment. And of course, the brooms. I was a cleaner. Steve thought that every normal human needed something more. He was right. I needed many things, but they all far away from me. Steve worked at the clinic much longer than me. "What do you want, Steve?" "What do you want?" I asked. "In fact, we met a few days ago. I don't like it when a stranger acts like he is your best friend. Moreover, he is doing some stupid things and wants to look like a smart person." "We are sitting in this room," he answered. "We can go to the forest and solve the secrets." I did not like Steve, but it was a good idea. "We need to go to the forest," I said. Steve said that he will meet with the director Rogers. Steve needed to say a couple of words. After that, we needed to meet at the main door. We left the room. Steve passed the corridor. I took the elevator down and stood at the door. I heard the wolf howl. It was strange, but I opened the door. Maybe, my brain said, the howling wolf would be interesting. It sounds funny, but I really did not know why I opened the door. Fortunately, howling was coming from far away. I always loved conspiracy theories. Suddenly, strange thought came to me. Steve woke me up. He said some stupid things. Also, Steve wanted to go to the forest. And the wolf. Yes, a dangerous animal was living here. After this, I ignored all these things. The new idea came into my mind. Steve wanted to show me how cool he was. In such situations, a good guy needs to do something. I could walk in the forest alone. My imagination showed me how surprised Steve will became when he would listen to everything. Yes, I needed to do this, and after this, I would tell everything to Steve. My way was to enter the forest. In horror films, the hero needs to go deeper. Only after this, the danger is coming. In my situation, everything was different. I entered the forest, I walked forward, and after 2 seconds, someone crashed into me. "What's wrong with you?" I became angry. After this, I saw that stranger was naked. He was slowly running and roaring in a low voice. on his body were parts where he had fear. When the realization came, my fear immediately attacked me. Yes, this stranger was a monster. Maybe he was only half human. I got up. Fortunately, he did not pay attention to me. The creature ran like a child who got lost in the forest and does not know where to go. One desire immediately appeared. The clinic was a safe place. I quickly returned. On the way, I again heard the wolf howl. Steve stood in front of the door. "Where have you been?" he asked. I tried to look confident and answered, "In the forest." "But we planned to go there together," Steve said. I turned back, looked at the forest, and said, "Walking alone, it is for me." I tried to be cool. After that, I looked at Steve. He was surprised. Someone immediately said that everyone needs to continue his way. I needed to finish my playing and say everything. "Some naked guy is running in the forest." I smiled. At this time, Steve's face changed, but surprise disappeared. Yes, disappeared, and something new covered his face. Maybe his look said that I saw something different. Yes, but not only the different. It was a secret, mysterious poison. You will look at him and his entire life is different. You know that they exist. "What did you just say?" Steve came close. At this time we heard a scream. Because of this, Steve stopped and turned back. It was good for me, and I thought maybe finally luck came to me. "Quickly, help me!" Director Rogers screamed. We started running and quickly went on the second floor. Director Rogers and one doctor tried to stop some crazy boy. "We need to stop his madness," Director said. "Boys, help me." Director Rogers quickly explained that patient had a nervous disorder. Rogers needed to inject the needle. We helped him, and after few minutes patient became very silent. Director took him on the first floor. The rest of the night worked very well. In the morning, I left the clinic and went to my small town. In the house, I ate tasteful food and tried to sleep. Of course, everyone needs to sleep. You are losing energy in the job and the body needs to rest. For me, sleep became something unfamiliar. Every day, one thing was coming to me. He always loved to whisper and say that my life was going. I had a bad job and a low salary. It was a reality. Yes, reality wanted to destroy my person. It may sound funny, but the naked man was the upgraded version of my problems. In the past, work was bad. The stranger added danger to my life. I needed to find a new job, but where? The next evening, I came to the clinic. Steve was looking at me very strangely. I saw many feelings on his face. He had the fear and wonder. Also, he wanted to say something, but Steve was silent. And when I looked at him one more time, my eyes catch something different. Steve wanted to ask. Maybe I had some secret. Maybe I knew something strange. "I like to run in the forest," Steve said. Maybe my whole face became white. It turned out that I saw Steve in the past night. The stranger had fear. Oh no, Steve was a monster. I knew his secret, and maybe now he wanted to kill me. And why he said that we needed to go to the forest. Steve wanted to kill me. It was so terrifying. James, the naked man was running in the forest, Steve said. No, I said loudly. No one is in the forest. Steve smiled and nodded. But you said to me that the naked man was running in the forest. It was a joke, I explained. Just a joke and nothing more. I clearly noted that Steve did not like my answer. He stood up and left the room. I started worrying about my life. Some monster was walking in the clinic. Steve would have attacked me and would stop my stupid life. After 15 minutes, I entered the corridor and began to clean. My thoughts were still flying near Steve, and I was thinking of possible ways for me when I heard the sound of the piano. Director Rogers had a very classic room on the second floor. There was a piano, candles and like the stuff. The first answer came to me. Director Rogers played the piano. No way, I said, and went on the second floor. My heart told me that it wanted the answer, but I was going slowly. After 1 minute, I saw how Steve entered the corridor. We came close to the door. Maybe, Director Rogers? Steve asked. No, I answered. He's very busy at night. We both knew that something bad was happening in the clinic. Some scary story started and the adventure would be horrifying. Steve opened the door and we looked inside. The picture shocked us both. Candles and a small chandelier lit the room. Nevertheless, the darkness was standing in the room. Some terrible creature sat in a chair and playing the piano. It was like a werewolf from old horror films. Yes, films where the werewolf had fear, but it did not look like a wolf. In the past, people did not have the resources to make a wolfman more realistic, and they were creating a funny few monster. This similar werewolf was playing on the piano. The tears were coming from his eyes. The melody was very dramatic. Time and time again, werewolf was screaming and asking, "Who am I? What have I became?" And yes, the naked man in the forest and this old werewolf. Yes, the same monster. I looked at Steve. He started crying and turned back. At this time, werewolf saw us. The wolfman immediately stood up and roared. I thought that werewolf will attack us. We need to close the door, I said to Steve. It is strange, but happened something different. The werewolf did not attack us. What humans want from me? He screamed. Steve looked back and became much more surprised. Everything is left behind, the werewolf screamed. After that he jumped, crashed into a window and ran away. We returned to our room. I remembered that several minutes ago I was thinking about Steve. Yes, Steve was the monster. Now it seemed so funny. When the night was over, we got up and left the clinic. All day, only one thing came close, the werewolf. I easily understood that the clinic had many dark secrets. At the same time, I became scared and wondered. The next night, we sat in the room and looked at each other. The creature still started talking. I know who he is. Can you tell me everything? I smiled because Steve was talking some stupid thing. How could he know something about a werewolf? His name is Henry, Steve said. Henry was a patient at this clinic. What? I stood up. Steve looked down. I clearly saw how scared he was. And you are telling me this now? I became angry. Steve looked at me and explained. Yesterday, I was shocked. Steve told me that 5 months ago, Henry came to the clinic. Steve was cleaning the second floor when he heard this screaming voice. He went on the first floor. Director Rogers used the needle and Henry became silent. Rogers told to Steve that Henry had a nervous disorder. Are you joking? I said. It is reality. Steve stood up. I started thinking, and the whole picture came very quickly. That night, when Steve and I wanted to go to the forest, something similar happened. Yes, Director Rogers tried to stop a patient who had a nervous breakdown. Of course, Steve easily remembered the accident. Very similar situations, he noted. I looked out the window and began to speak. That night, I did not pay attention, but right now I noticed one thing. The wards are on the second floor. The patient was on the second floor, but Director Rogers took him on the first floor. Once again, I looked at Steve. He knew everything. Now Steve understood the whole story. We entered the dark hall and saw the secret. Steve did not want to speak. He only stood up and said, "We need to go." And of course, 2 boys left the room and went on the first floor. The basement was our final destination. We were going in the darkness. Only one thing seemed pretty good for us. It seemed that Werewolf could be some tragic person. In this situation, he could not attack us. Steve found a small button and pressed it. The basement became a little bit shiny. A large iron door was in front of us. The key was under the carpet. The clinic for pure people, I said. This place is in the forest. Homeless people are coming here. No one will start looking for them. The clinic is the best place for crazy experiments, Steve noted. After this, he opened the door. We entered the room and immediately stopped. The boy looked at us. Yes, a few days ago Director Rogers took him on the first floor, and the boy was already different. He looked like Henry. The hungry boy looked at us and screamed, "My life is ended. My body is destroyed. This clinic turned me into a monster." He wanted to attack us, but iron chain stopped the werewolf. Suddenly, he started crying and his transformation continued. "We will help you," I said to him, but the boy did not listen to me. Pain attacked him and the boy started crying. Soon, he transformed into the real werewolf. The whole humanity was gone. Wolfman broke the chains. We quickly left the room and locked the door. Werewolf tried to break the door, but this was very hard. Suddenly, we heard shooting sound. The sound came from the second floor. We quickly went on the second floor. The classic room door was open. We entered the room. Director Rogers was stood in one place. The werewolf was lying near the piano and crying. "Why did you do this to me?" Henry asked. "I came here for help. I had no money and I came here. You lied and turned me into a monster." "Stop talking, stupid creature," Director Rogers screamed. "You are part of the great experiment. You have to be happy about that. Director Rogers was thinking that he did something great and Henry needed to be thankful. Rogers aimed the gun and smiled. I don't need silver bullets. You are the result of the experiment. You are not the mystic creature. No, Henry screamed. Don't kill me. You need to turn me into a human. Director Rogers smiled and killed Henry. Steve turned back. He started running, but Rogers turned on his side and shot the boy. Steve fell down. You are the monster, I screamed. You will be my experimental mouse. Rogers started smiling like the crazy man. He made me go to the basement. We stopped in front of a large iron door. Director Rogers told that my new life has begun. He will continue his experiments and I will become a werewolf. Rogers explained that he was fighting with reality. Yes, reality told how stupid was the idea about werewolves, but Rogers was a warrior. I created the werewolf. He screamed. I ruined the reality. Rogers. Yes. Rogers did not know what happened in the room. The werewolf became free. I was hoping the werewolf would attack and kill us both, but that perspective was bad. No, it was good. I did not want to become a monster. I opened the door and we entered the room. I quickly noticed a werewolf stood next to the left wall. He was smart. The wolfman decided to wait. Director Rogers was still smiling when the result of his experiment attacked him. Rogers started screaming and crying, but Werewolf killed him. I left the room and locked the door. After that, I lit a fire in the basement. I went outside. The night wind pleasantly touched me. My scream got the result. Everyone left the clinic. This damp place was burning. I was really sad about Steve, but life continued. Right now, I still live in my small town and have a small shop.